Okay, sorry, I was having some technical difficulties, but this is Mia with Chalk with Mia. I am here tonight. It's a Friday night and I am hanging out, so I thought I would do a little crafting. So I know you guys are thinking it's Friday night, why are you crafting? Well, I'm going to tell you people, once you hit 35 and plus, this is what I do on a Friday night. So, and it's fun for me. I enjoy it, and I think it's, makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something, and it's a lot of fun. So, here I am with Chalk Couture tonight, and I did a sign earlier, but I was having, again, technical difficulties, so that video, unfortunately, is not going to be able to post, but I wanted to do a small project. So, I have these super cute dog bones, and I was trying to figure out what to put on them. So I decided to do something kind of simple in a way. I'm going to have to space things out. But I'm going to write the word love and have the paw print as the O in the middle. And I just thought that would be adorable. So I thought maybe you might want to join me as I go through this, and you guys can go through it with me. So as you guys know, I don't usually measure. So you type A personalities out there. I'm sorry, I'll probably be driving you guys crazy. But that's why I love Chalk Couture, because as the name suggests, with chalk, if it's done incorrectly, I can take a Clorox wipe and I wipe it clean and I start over. So not that I want to constantly do projects more than once, but it's an option. So I tend to eyeball things, and I'm going to put this L down. I'm kind of tight on space, so I'm going to go as close to the edge as I can. And I'm going to put this down, and if this doesn't turn out right, then you guys understand crafting happens sometimes. So I did the L, and as always, you want to get any air bubbles out of the stencil, out of the transfer, because if you have air bubbles where there's lettering, don't worry so much about where the teal or the background is. It's where your paste is going to go. It can cause gaps, and so we want to make sure we get all those out. So I am actually just going to do it in a custard color. I think that because this is a soft brown finish, it would look really kind of nice and simple and clean. As you guys know, I tend to do that. I don't get too crazy with colors unless I'm doing a fun rooster or something that naturally has a lot of colors. So, and just to let you guys know, I was looking for my wax. I did wax it earlier with the mini wax, the big yellow container. I usually show it in my videos. So this is the custard, and I'm opening it up, and it needs to be stirred. And I use these makeup applicators. I get them off of Amazon, and they are fantastic because they're plastic and they're kind of long, so I don't have to worry about getting our hands in the paste. I just dump them in the water when we're done, clean them up, and use them again. And it's absolutely fabulous. So I use these. Some people use craft sticks. Some people use Q-tips. It really doesn't matter, just as long as we're stirring up the paste. And we want to stir it. It's kind of like batter. You don't want to over stir. You don't want to under stir. So you get kind of a feel, but it should be a toothpaste or yogurt consistency. So as you guys can see how it's kind of has a little bit of thickness to it? That's what we want. So I'm going to take, and the way that I do this, and there really is no right or wrong way to Chalk Couture. That's the other reason why I love it. It lets you kind of be the artist and figure out how to do it yourself. So, or how you prefer to do it. So I put some of the paste on my applicator, and I put dabs all over the project, wherever I'm going to do it. And I tend to be a little liberal with how much I put on there, because the great thing is once I run the squeegee down, you see all that excess? That's quite a bit. I just put it right back in the container. So these containers are small, but they last quite a while because you really don't need that much chalk paste to get the project done, and you can reuse. So I've got my little squeegee here, and what I do is these squeegees actually come this size. I cut them in half because I don't always need this big one or the really large one, which I love, but I don't always need that size. So I'm going to do a pass over this again before I take it off, just to make sure I've gotten all the excess off, because you don't need all of it. And I'm going to pull up the L. And let me, actually I'll do this so you guys can see it. Pulling up the L. It looks good. Okay, so I'm going to put my L. I've got a pan of water up here. I'm going to do that. Now I need to strategically place the dog print so that all the other letters are going to fit. And I think if I do like so, because the dog print's kind of big, and it's got a little heart and one of the little paws, and if I look at this, I think I'm going to be okay. So I put the dog print on. I'm hoping that I won't end up with more space than I think I am. But if I do, like I said, I'm going to take a Clorox wipe to this baby. And it's a small project. And it's fun. So we'll just redo it. Okay, so we go back to our paste. And we dab it in different areas. Just making sure you guys can still see the project. I really need to figure out or set up where I'm standing and the camera's behind me or above me and all you see is the project. But I haven't set that type of apparatus up yet because I don't do too many videos. I'm trying to do more so that you guys can learn about Chalk Couture, but haven't gotten there yet. So I'm scraping off the excess and putting it back in the jar. And, you know, I see where I've gone off the stencil a little bit. Again, I'm not worried because at the end I can take a Clorox or a disinfectant wipe, doesn't have to be Clorox, but a disinfectant wipe, and clean off the wood or any excess smudges or anything like that. Not a problem, easy peasy. So I do want to make sure it got in there. Okay, so now I'm going to pull off the dog print because this is what makes it so cute. And if you see little speckles in there, it's meant to be that way. It's got speckles in the transfer. Let me see if I can show this to you guys. So it looks, whoops. Okay, you see some of these little speckles here? Sorry, the camera's trying to adjust to the lighting. It's meant to be there. So that wasn't something that the, you know, paste did on how I applied it. All right, I'll clean that up later. So now I have my V, and what I did is I laid all the transfers upside down in front of me so that I can get to them quickly and I'm not trying to peel, because the one thing, and now I'm realizing I'm gonna have to go over top of this dog print here, I think. The one, I'm gonna hold this up so that, because I don't have my blow dryer down here, so that I don't go over that paste. The one thing you don't want is your paste to get dry. And so you want to move somewhat quickly because you don't want it to get dry because it's not going to adhere properly. Okay, so I'm kind of having to do this in a funky way because I did not plan very well and I don't have my blow dryer down here to dry that dog print first before I lay this transfer on it. But hey, you know what? Welcome to craft night. This is how we roll. So I am getting all the excess off. So Chalk Couture is a fun company. You can, if you love it, like I watched some people doing these videos and I could not stop watching them. And so I just ended up signing up to be an independent designer with them. I couldn't help myself. And I've loved it ever since. So you can also do that if you are interested. You just have to contact me on Facebook, Chalk with Mia, M-I-A, and that's C-H-A-L-K, Chalk. Chalk with Mia. Or you can sign up for one of my classes. I have classes at Twisted Art. I have one this Sunday. I think I might have 2 seats left. And, you know, I try to do different things, but it is a lot of fun. And we try to, you know, just craft and create and have as much fun as we can. And so whatever your level is, and I'm going to tell you, I was not really a sign maker before I signed up for Chalk Couture, but I always loved signs, and I just, like I said, I couldn't stop watching the videos of people using this product. I just fell in love with the concept. So I jumped in full force and haven't looked back. Okay, so I'm just trying to get all the bubbles out. I'm gonna, again, I don't want my transfer to lay on top of that V because it may pull that paste up a little bit because it's not dry yet. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm having to kind of use both hands here. Oops. Okay, and I'm gonna put all the excess back in the container because we want all that goodness for later. And I wasn't really familiar with the custard color, and I had a class, and one of the customers or students, whatever you want to call them, used the custard on this similar type wood, and it was beautiful. And so I was like, oh my gosh, that is just absolutely wonderful. So I learned just as much in those classes as you do, hopefully, and we can get the creative juices going and help each other out, come up with something really quite creative and pretty that we may not have done on our own. Okay, it is done, and it is a little off center, so maybe I'll redo it, but I love the concept. Haha, little play on words. But this is absolutely fantastic. And maybe what I'll do is add a hook or two down here, and then that way when I go to sell it, if they want to put their leashes on it or something, they can do that, and it'll be a designated place for their dogs. So anyways, it is fantastic. I'm going to seal it with polyurethane because I'm going to sell it in the shop at Twisted Art, and we'll just, move on from there. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend, and obviously I am here. Reach out to me if you have any questions whatsoever about Chalk Couture. I would be happy to do my best to answer them for you. Okay, everybody, have a great weekend. Bye.